you have any idea what a GCAP pilot's skills might be yet?
Paul is interested in skills today.
I think we're actually doing a lot of research on this, and I think the headline there is less flying, more mission management.
Yeah.
So I'll give you some examples. So you can envisage, or you can expect that there won't be a traditional cockpit in the aircraft at some point in the future. All the information that the pilot needs is wearable.
Yeah.
It gets projected inside their helmet, and the use of haptics, so vibrations in the hand or on the body, will alert them to certain things. We're doing lots of research on that already. We are flying these kind of principles in the labs, and even on a small light aircraft, we're using some of the haptics in a controlled, safe environment, I hasten to add, to test the boundaries. And it can even go as far as the concept of monitoring the pilot's heart rate, as well as their brain activity. And when they find themselves in very intense or highly intense activities, the brain of the aircraft, likely to be AI powered, may take over certain activities. So the pilot can focus on the mission, on the operation, achieving its operational objectives. So it's a complete difference, especially you mentioned Spitfire at the start of the of our talk there. It's a completely different environment.
I think the pilot's going to prove the wrong name for the operator. It is very much more an operator or a commander. So some of my RAF colleagues may not thank me for saying that, but they know that the role of the operator is genuinely to take an extraordinary range of feeds from the powerful sensors, the powerful compute that's there, to work with autonomous and AI-derived systems that will help the operator to understand the environment, to go through the decide loop, to decide what action is required. Human and uncrewed machine teaming, I think, is going to be one of the critical skills that the operator of the future is going to have to be able to cope with, because the range of sensor inputs and data is on a scale that I don't think any of us can conceive right now, which would completely clog a human brain to operate in isolation. So the skill really is to be able to work out how best to work and leverage that crewed-uncrewed teaming to operate effectively. Separately, can I come back? You asked earlier about the skills required in the programme, and just to build on that a little bit. As much as skills, I think it's about behaviours that we are trying to introduce into the programme. And the approach on GCAP is collaborative absolutely from the outset. The approach that we've brought as three governments is not a zero-sum game. It's about how can we take the best of each of the countries and make 1 + 1 + 1 add up to more than 3. That requires a culture, a mindset that's about win-win, that's about collaborative solutions. The international nature of it obviously supports that. We've been working collaboratively with our industry partners in the UK. They've been working very collaboratively for several years now with their counterparts in each of the countries. And it's building a sense of community. We call it the GCAP family that's properly collaborative. I think they've also, to the young engineer of the future, they've got to be a lot more imaginative and challenging, perhaps, than they've ever needed to be before. And that's a big statement. But the threat is evolving so rapidly. The requirements that are needed to meet that are going to keep evolving. We simply have to keep challenging ourselves, the programme, and be imaginative about the sort of solutions that can retain operational advantage. So we need young engineers to be willing to put their hands up, not in a hierarchical environment, and say, that's not going to work, or we need to do this differently. And we're trying to inculcate that sort of culture at every level across the programme, and that's something that's, I think, really exciting for the next generation.
And I think the behavioural aspect we're trying to promote through TechN, don't we? We're sponsoring both government and industry a concept called TechN, which is the Tempest Early Careers Network. So we're promoting young people or early career people from industry as well as government to to form relationships and partnerships and understand how they can be stronger, or as Richard said, make more than just 1 + 1 is 2. And that is very powerful. They come together, they exchange. So I have young BAE people who spend 6 months, 3 months in Rolls-Royce and vice versa, to understand what it takes to be on the other side, by figure of speech. And to some degree, this world is relatively small. And what I've experienced throughout my career is that these relationships come back. You meet these people again later, and the fact that you have these relationships already established is a head start to make sure that the collaborative behavior really gets promoted within that context, because it's a fundamental part of creating success on the program.